Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're recapping YOLO, the Chinese comedy drama that made the whole country laugh, cry, and then immediately feel the need to go to the gym. This is the story of a woman who lost everything at once and decided to do something about it. Before we start, subscribe and leave a like to support the channel. Now, buckle up. It's about to get cinematic. On a perfectly ordinary afternoon, Leying is lying on the couch eating snacks, too comfortable to reach for the remote, using her big toe to change the channel instead. Her mother watches from the other room through a CCTV camera she secretly installed specifically to monitor her daughter. She is not impressed. Leying is 32. She hasn't worked in 10 years. She eats when she's hungry, sleeps whenever she feels like it, and has somehow built a complete lifestyle out of doing absolutely nothing. Her mother has tried everything to get her moving. Nothing has worked. Then her cousin shows up. She works as an intern at a TV station and is looking for candidates for a new reality show about people who live lazy lifestyles. She takes one look at Leying on the couch and immediately thinks, perfect. Her mother gets excited. If Leying joins the show, maybe it'll finally push her to do something with herself, and maybe she'll start contributing to the family's small grocery store income along the way. But during the pre-show interview, her older sister shows up and starts making jokes at her expense, calling her lazy, useless, a burden on their parents. The comments land harder than her sister probably intended. Leying storms off and pulls out of the show entirely. Frustrated and stinging from her sister's words, Leying goes to find the two people she trusts most, her boyfriend Sean and her best friend Lily. The three of them sit down for lunch together and Leying starts venting. She just needs someone to talk to. Then Sean puts down his chopsticks and announces very calmly that he wants to break up. He's found someone else. Leying demands to know who. He won't say, so she grabs his phone. It's Lily, her best friend, the person sitting right next to her. Sean and Lily have been secretly together for months, and Lily is now pregnant. Sean is going to marry her, and then, as if that wasn't enough, they ask Leying to be a bridesmaid at the wedding. Leying walks out without another word. That evening she wanders through the city alone, buying cotton candy, kebabs, rolled eggs, ice cream, anything to fill the afternoon. On her way home she passes by a gym and stops for a moment, watching someone train inside. After some time, she leaves to go home. The next morning Leying wakes up late as usual. Before she can even settle back into her routine, her sister announces she wants her share of Leying's inheritance. She's contributed more to this family, she says. She's worked hard her whole life while Leying has never done a single useful thing. And besides, at over 30 with nothing to show for herself, Leying is probably never going to get married anyway. So what does she need the money for? When her mother sides with her sister, something in Leying finally snaps. She packs her bags and leaves. Her mother looks worried on the outside but quietly relieved on the inside. She presses some money into Leying's hand on the way out and tells her to use it wisely. But she refuses the money and leaves. Determined to survive, Leying walks into a restaurant and asks for a job as a waitress. The pay is low, but meals are included, and right now that matters more than anything else. On her very first day, her boss sends her to fetch his cigarettes from his car in the parking lot. Simple enough. But when she gets there, a man appears nearby and starts relieving himself against the wall. Startled, Leying accidentally leans on the horn and floods the area with headlights. The man spins around, furious. Leying explains, mortified, that it was completely accidental. He looks at her for a moment, decides it's not worth the argument, and leaves. But in his hurry, he forgets his boxing gloves on the ground beside the car. The next day, Leying takes the gloves to the gym to return them, learning that the man's name is Hao Kuan. When she hands them in, a staff member offers her a discounted first-month membership. Leying declines. She doesn't feel like she belongs somewhere like this. But on her way home, she can't stop thinking about the man from the parking lot. She finds his profile on social media and, in her nervous scrolling, accidentally taps his photo several times in a row. He notices. He sends her a message and invites her to meet him at the park. She shows up completely nervous. He arrives in a pink shirt and shorts looking effortlessly put together, and she is completely mesmerized. Then he tells her why he really asked her to come. He wants to sign her up as a gym member. Her coworker had warned her about this. She didn't want to believe it, but it's true. Heartbroken and embarrassed, Leying turns to leave, but he stops her and actually talks to her this time. He says he hates doing this, that pressuring people into memberships is supposed to be the marketing team's job. He tells her about his real dream, becoming a professional boxer, that it takes everything he has just to stay on that path. Leying listens, and despite everything, she signs up. He becomes her personal trainer, and he takes it seriously. While other trainers split their time between multiple clients, he dedicates himself almost entirely to Leying. She trains every single day. It's harder than anything she's ever done, and progress is slow. But she keeps showing up. One day, while using his boxing gloves, she finds a small folded note and a plaster tucked inside. She assumes it's meant for her and gets so overwhelmed with excitement that she accidentally punches the bathroom mirror. The note is actually from a female staff member who has been quietly in love with him for a long time. But Leying doesn't know that yet. Shortly after, a boxing match is organized between Hao Kuan and another trainer named Tianfu. Most of the women in the gym watch Tianfu. He's athletic, photogenic, and plays to the crowd. Leying's eyes don't leave Hao Kuan for a second. In the end, he loses. Tianfu gets selected to represent the gym at the provincial competition. At the group dinner afterward, it's obvious from his face how badly this hurts. Becoming a professional boxer is everything to him. He drinks until he can't walk, and Leying ends up bringing him back to her place. One thing leads to another. The next morning, Leying is up before him, washes her face, and prepares breakfast. Hao Kuan says he wants to quit his job. He can't stand being seen as a trainer who couldn't even win a gym match. Leying can't let that happen. Without telling him, she borrows money from her boss and goes to find Tianfu directly. She offers him 5,000 yuan to give up his spot in the competition and hand it over. Tianfu, who never actually wanted to compete because he's worried about damaging his face, agrees immediately. Hao Kuan is told the next day that the spot is his. He has no idea why, but he's overjoyed. From that point on, Leying quietly dedicates herself to helping him prepare. She cooks proper meals, tracks his nutrition, stays late during training sessions. She never mentions the money. Just before the competition, Leying accidentally overhears something that destroys her. In a secluded back room, the opponent's father offers Hao Kuan 30,000 yuan to deliberately lose the match, warning that if he refuses, he will bribe the referee instead to ensure Hao Kuan loses. She confronts him, tells him this is his dream, that he can't throw it away for easy money. He dismisses her, says she's being naive, that no amount of effort will ever pay what he's being offered for one deliberate loss in the first round. And then, coldly, he says something else. He has never thought of her as anything more than his assistant. There is no relationship. There never was. Leying leaves. On fight day, he goes down in the first round exactly as planned. Easy money. Clean exit. Back at the restaurant, her drunk boss corners her and tries to harass her. She hits him. He calls the police. Her cousin bails her out at the station, but Leying loses her job. With nothing else left, she agrees to finally join her cousin's reality show, not for herself, but to help her cousin secure her work probation. Once filming starts, she realizes the show has no interest in helping her. Every episode picks apart her personality, her shyness, her lack of direction, her weight. All of it becomes content. Then the production team airs a maliciously edited version of her interview that makes her look like she insulted her mother on camera. The audience tears her apart. On stage, overwhelmed and humiliated, Leying pretends to faint just to make it stop. She goes home that night and hits the lowest point she has ever reached. It is a very dark night. She does not get through it easily, but she gets through it. Something is different after that. Leying stops training to impress anyone. She stops doing anything for anyone else. She starts training purely for herself, and for the first time in her adult life, she actually means it. Season after season, rain or shine, she doesn't quit. After a full year of training, she loses 50 kilograms and earns her official boxing permit. In addition, she gets told she's earned a spot as a substitute in an upcoming professional match. Around this time, Leying's father comes to see her, asking if she can help at the family convenience store. While they eat together, he notices something different about her. She looks healthier, more confident, more alive than she has in years. For the first time, he tells her he is proud of her. Boxing hasn't just changed her body, it has changed who she is. One afternoon, a customer walks into the store carrying a bag of bottle caps to redeem for a free drink. It's Hao Kuan. He's working construction now, his clothes covered in dust. The moment he sees Leying, he freezes. Clearly not expecting to find her there, he quickly runs away. But within seconds, Leying catches up with him. A year ago, she could barely lift herself off the couch. Now she runs after him effortlessly and invites him to watch her boxing match the following week. Hao Kuan can only stare. She is almost unrecognizable, not because of how she looks, but because of how she carries herself. The hesitation that once defined her has disappeared, replaced by a quiet confidence he has never seen before. Unable to face the woman standing in front of him, or the guilt of how he treated her, he turns down the invitation. Fight day arrives. Her opponent enters the ring undefeated, with 10 consecutive victories. Before Leying makes the walk to the ring, her coach gives her one final assessment. The gap between them is enormous. Her opponent is stronger, faster, and far more experienced. The odds of winning are almost non-existent. Leying listens quietly. There is only one thing she wants. No matter what happens, the fight must not be stopped early. She wants to finish every round. The opening round is brutal. Her opponent controls every exchange. She is quicker to every punch, effortlessly reading Leying's attacks before they happen. Leying spends most of the round absorbing punishment and retreating under relentless pressure. She loses the round decisively. Back in the corner, the coach considers ending the fight, but Leying refuses. The second round is even more one-sided. By the time the bell sounds, blood runs down her face and her legs struggle to support her weight. But she never goes down. Between rounds, the coach abandons every complicated strategy and gives her one simple advice. Forget everything else. Wait for the left. The third round begins much like the first two. Leying continues taking punches, refusing to back away despite every blow. Then, late in the round, an opening finally appears. Her left hand lands cleanly against her opponent's head. For the first time all night, the crowd erupts. Her opponent quickly recovers and answers with a crushing combination that sends Leying crashing to the canvas. As she lies there, barely conscious, memories flood her mind, not the happiest moments of her life, but every moment she surrendered before anyone even asked her to fight, giving away her inheritance without resistance, agreeing to become someone else's bridesmaid despite her own heartbreak, allowing herself to be humiliated on reality television. A lifetime spent choosing silence over herself. For the first time, she decides she will not stay down. She rises just before the referee's count reaches 10. Moments later, the final bell sounds. The judges award the victory to her opponent. Officially, Leying has lost. Yet as the arena fills with applause directed not at the winner but at her, something finally becomes clear. Winning was never about the scorecards. It was about refusing to surrender. Every time she stood back up, she reclaimed a part of herself she had spent years giving away. After the fight, the coach watches her leave the ring knowing he has witnessed far more than a boxing match. He has watched someone rebuild herself one round at a time. That evening, Leying opens social media for the very first time and publishes a single sentence. I finally won. This film tells a simple story. A woman who had been giving up on herself for years got betrayed by everyone she trusted, and decided that was enough. She didn't transform because of a man, or a reality show, or anyone else's expectations. She transformed because she finally got tired of losing to herself. And then she did the work, day after day for a year without an audience. The boxing match at the end isn't really about boxing. It's about a woman who spent her whole life on the mat deciding to stand up one more time.